Before we do anything else today, I want you to pause with me, not rush, not multitask, not think about what comes next. Just pause because discipline does not begin with doing more. It begins with slowing down long enough to choose differently. Today's episode flows directly from our Monday prayer, a prayer for strength to stay disciplined and at peace. And if you are listening right now, feeling tired, stretched, or quietly overwhelmed, I want you to hear this before we go any further. Discipline is not about being harsh with yourself. Discipline is about loving yourself enough to stay aligned. Welcome to Her Money with Reese. This is a space created for Christian women who want peace with their money, not pressure, not guilt, and not confusion. I am Teresa Bartell. Most people that's close to me or my family call me Reese, certified financial coach and certified financial coach. But more than credentials, I am a wife, a woman, and someone who had to learn discipline the hard way, not through perfection, but through consistency. And today, we are going to talk about discipline, not as restriction, but as protection. So let's be honest. Discipline sounds good in theory, but in real life, discipline, it feels so uncomfortable. It means saying no when you want to say yes. It means staying consistent when no one is clapping for you. It means choosing order when chaos feels so familiar. Men and women resist discipline because deep down, they associate it with punishment and control. Maybe you were disciplined harshly growing up. Maybe structure was used to control you instead of protect you. Maybe your rules felt rigid instead of loving. So when God invites you into order with your money, your time, your habits, something inside you quietly pushes back. But hear this truth clearly. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is love for you in action. The word tells us that God disciplines those he loves, not to harm them, but to guide them. Discipline says, I care too much about my future to let my emotions run my life. Discipline says, I trust God enough to follow through, even when or if it feels uncomfortable. And the reason discipline feels heavy is because it is working against your old patterns that helped you survive, but never helped you thrive. Let me say something that might surprise you. Peace does not come from avoiding responsibility. Peace comes from order. Men and women are praying for peace while resisting structure, but peace does not show up when bills are ignored. Peace does not grow when your spending is reactive. Peace does not settle when decisions are delayed. Peace, hear me when I say it, peace is built. Proverbs 21:5 tells us the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, not hustle, not perfection, diligence. Diligence is steady obedience. When every dollar has an assignment, anxiety, it starts to decrease. When habits become consistent, your confidence will grow. When decisions align with values, peace follows that. This is why budgeting is not restriction. Budgeting your money is direction. A budget does not say you can't. A budget says this is what matters. And when your money aligns with your values, your nervous system can finally rest. One of the most powerful lines in our prayer today was this: Lord, help us say no when no is necessary. Not out of fear, not out of guilt, but out of wisdom and stewardship. Sister, saying no is not selfish, it is strategic. Jesus said no often. And if you listen clearly, he can say no even often now. He withdrew. He rested. He stayed aligned with his assignment. Every yes you say, trust me, it costs you something. When you say yes to impulse spending, you say no at that very moment to your peace. When you say yes to convenience, you say no to your margin. When you say yes to everyone else, you often say no to your future. Discipline teaches you to pause and ask, does this align with where God is taking me? And when the answer is no, you do not need to explain it. You do not need to justify it. You simply stay aligned. That is your maturity. That is your stewardship. So we need to get disciplined with our money daily, not dramatically. One of the biggest misunderstandings about financial discipline is that it requires big, dramatic action. People think discipline means extreme budgeting, cutting everything at once, living miserably for months. But biblical discipline is daily and it's intentional, not not extreme. Jesus talked about daily bread, not monthly miracles. Financial discipline shows up in small, repeatable actions like checking your account before you spend, giving your money instructions before the month begins, making decisions ahead of time instead of in the moment. Most financial stress comes from decisions made emotionally and late. Ask me how I know. Discipline moves decisions upstream. Instead of asking, can I afford this right now? Discipline asks, did I already decide what this money was for? That single shift changes everything. When your money has assignments, temptation loses power over your mindset because you are no longer negotiating with yourself all day long, all night long. You already decided. That is your peace. And emotions cost women money. Let's talk honestly about emotions because finances are never just about the math. Men and women do not overspend because they are careless. They overspend because they are tired, lonely, stressed, trying to feel better, or at times trying to impress people that you have more than what you actually have. Money becomes emotional relief. Shopping becomes a pause button. Eating out becomes a reward. Subscriptions become your comfort. And none of these things are sinful, but they are expensive coping mechanisms. Discipline does not shame emotions. Discipline creates boundaries around them. It says, I can feel tired without spending my money. I can feel stressed without swiping my card. I can feel disappointed without derailing my future. This is why discipline is emotional maturity. Proverb tells each and every one of us that a person without self-control is like a city with broken walls. You know what that means? No protection. Walls are not there to trap you. Walls are there to protect you. Your guardrail. A budget is a wall. Spending limits are walls for your protection, your financial future. Savings categories are walls. Because let me tell you, if you don't have a savings and that emergency comes up, you're going to dig yourself deeper into debt because you're going to have the money to cover that emergency. So right here, I encourage you to remember that savings, that category, that's a wall for you, sister. That can keep you from going into more debt. They keep peace in and chaos out. Your budget, your savings, they keep peace in and chaos out. Discipline without a buffer, it leads to burnout. This is why an emergency fund, it is not an option. Ask me how I know. If every unexpected expense sends you back to debt, discipline will definitely feel pointless. A started emergency fund reduces panic. It protects progress. Instead of keeping you back, it protects your progress. It keeps discipline sustainable. You do not need perfection. You do not need to be perfect, but you do need protection. And again, I'll say, ask me how I know. I know that living without an emergency fund, it will keep you in bondage. It will keep you in debt. I know because that's what I lived out. So I'm here encouraging you to have your wall, your budget, have your wall, your savings, even $500 to $1,000. It will change how you breathe. It will change how you handle an emergency. It will change how you sleep at night. Emergencies stop feeling like failure. They become inconveniences. Wisdom always builds margin. God did not design you to live one bill away from collapse. Discipline is freedom and it's lasting freedom. Hear me clearly when I say this to you. Financial discipline is a season. It's not a sentence. You focus for a season so you can live freely later. You can say no now so future you, retired you, can say yes without fear. Many women quit because they think this will always feel this way. I have clients that want to quit because they feel like the discipline part this season, that it will always feel this way, but I'm telling you, it will not. Debt freedom brings option. Hear me. Freedom from debt brings options. Savings brings peace, and if nothing else, clarity in your money and in your accounts will bring you confidence. But discipline yourself must come first. Faithfulness in small steps builds trust with yourself and with God. I want to encourage you as we close today. I want to speak life over your finances. Please know you are not late. If you're listening to this video on YouTube or if you're listening to this podcast, I don't care what the enemy has told you. I don't care what your bank balance looks like. fact, you are not late. You are right on time because you're here with me now. You're not behind. You're not failing. You are learning. And learning requires discipline. But this discipline is not harsh. It is a holy discipline. It aligns you with peace. It protects your future. It restores the confidence that you've lost. And if you've never had confidence in your finances, if you just get discipline, if you just trust God, your discipline will restore your confidence because your numbers will start going up and your debt will start going away. Did I say this was going to be easy? Absolutely not. Because we're used to doing things the way that we do them. We have habits that may be challenging for us to break. But I'm here to encourage you to make a decision so that you can have walls around your money, so that you can be confident in what you see in your bank account, so that you can have clarity, so that you can have peace. So as you walk through the rest of this week, choose peace over pressure. Choose order over chaos. Choose consistency over perfection or even being perfect. And if nothing else, please remember this truth. Discipline, guided by God, will never steal your joy. It may be uncomfortable, but it will never steal your joy in the Lord. Now, you might lose your physical or your fleshly joy, but take joy in knowing that God has disciplined you because he loves you and he wants to give you a better future than what that old enemy has for you. Discipline, guided by God, will secure you. If this episode encouraged you, I'm asking you to please share it with another sister or friend who needs peace. And what would also make me feel like I'm doing some good in this world, I'm asking you to leave a comment if you're in YouTube telling me one disciplined money habit you're committing to this week or even this month. And I would also like to invite you to join our private Facebook group, Financially Fearless Wives, and then download my free budget reset. All of that information and those links will be in our description. I want you to remember, I am walking with you, and freedom is closer than you think. I pray that you have a wonderful and prosperous week. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you the next time.